Hello, Minnesota. Representative Ben Davis here. Wanted to give you a quick update from the Capitol over some controversy that's been happening down here in St. Paul. And I did a video just a couple of days ago on this, and I wanted to give you just a quick update on what's going on with the public safety bill. So again, just a quick recap. In the human rights section of Minnesota State Statute, it's section 363A.03, subdivision 44. It reads, sexual orientation means having or being perceived as having an emotional, physical, or sexual attachment to another person without regard to the sex of that person, or being perceived as having an orientation for such attachment, or having or being perceived as having a self-image or identity not traditionally associated with one's biological maleness or femaleness. This next line, sexual orientation does not include a physical or sexual attachment to children by an adult. Democrats brought forth a bill to the floor, Senate File 2909, striking that last line from Minnesota State Statute in the human rights section. And in that section, it talks a lot about persons and protection of persons, and I would think that children are a part of those protections. And so this was a good sentence to have in Minnesota State Statute, saying sexual orientation does not include a physical or sexual attachment to children by an adult. Democrats brought forth legislation to strike that from bill language. And Minnesota went in an uproar saying, whoa, what is going on here? Are Democrats trying to make pedophiles a protected class by striking this language from Minnesota State Statute? And I will tell you, pedophilia is a crime in Minnesota. It's going to continue to be a crime in Minnesota. But people's concerns were, is this opening the door for that to happen, that pedophiles could one day become a protected class in Minnesota? And so just to bring clarity and to set people's minds at ease, Republicans listened to Minnesotans. We listened to you, and we brought forth what I like to call the Niska Amendment. On April 26, we brought an amendment to Senate File 2909, which was striking that language I just read to you. The amendment said this from Representative Harry Niska, a Republican who's an attorney, and he loves our Constitution. And it said this: the physical or sexual attachment to children by an adult is not a protected class. So basically making it clear, no, pedophiles are not going to be a protected class in Minnesota. Democrats stood up and said, let's vote green on this amendment because that's not what we're trying to do here. Great, it passed unanimously, 126-0. This amendment clarifying the physical or sexual attachment to children by an adult is not a protected class. Pedophilia will not be a protected class. We all celebrated saying, hoo, yay, this is not what Democrats are trying to do. Let's set people's mind at ease. We thought it was over. I thought the controversy would be over. Well, it's not. Because after that passed and was put in the bill, it then goes back to conference committee to make sure that the language in the Senate and in the House are exactly lined up to go to the governor's desk for a signature. Well, in that conference committee, they shut out Republicans. Not a single Republican was invited to that conference committee, and they removed the Niska amendment from the bill. The amendment that was passed unanimously on the House floor. They just decided, nope, we're not going to have it. And so now they've stirred up this controversy all over again. And then they were blaming us for the controversy, blaming Republicans. And their argument on the House floor, we debated this last night. We debated till 12:15 a.m. The reason they said, well, we're removing this from state statute because it was put in there originally because of bigoted fear-mongering. So our concern with wanting to make sure children are protected and to bring clarifying language to this, to make sure that Democrats aren't opening the door to make pedophiles a protected class, they said it was because of bigoted fear-mongering. The same Democrats that unanimously passed this on the House floor on April 26th. Folks, I got to tell you, this got my blood boiling. I spoke to it for a long time on the House floor last night. And unfortunately, they don't listen to us. The bill passed. and it will be going to the governor's desk for a signature. I'm going to keep fighting. We're going to keep fighting. We're not going to give up. Giving up is not an option, folks. I would like to continue giving these updates to you, so please like this video and subscribe to this channel if you'd like to continue to get updates on what's going on behind the scenes down here in St. Paul. I would like to keep doing that for you. My next video is probably going to be on the latest debacle with gun legislation and how they're violating our constitutional rights, and the statutes they're passing are actually illegal. I'd like to give you an update on that, but please like and subscribe to this channel if you're interested in more updates. Thank you, Minnesota. I will keep fighting.